Okay, part two. Part two. Amayakas, we were talking. Amayakas, spoil, to spoil somebody. My father is spoiling him. I spoiled Maggie. You're spoiling me. He is spoiled. He is spoiled. Mr. T is spoiled. You could say Mr. T is spoiled by my father, but we don't have to say that. He will never fire. We forgot the word fire. He will never fire Mr. T. He's indiscreet. Oh, indiscreet. The word discreet is a very good word to know. The word discreet means hito ni hairyo shita. Hito ni kizutsukenai you ni suru. That's discreet. So the opposite is indiscreet. Discreet also means himitsu nado kougai shinai or mamoru. I don't know if you can see this on the screen here. Maybe. Let me see if I can show you this on the screen. Just a minute. There. Can you see that? Yes, that's discreet. And a very common expression is, please be discreet about this. Please be discreet. Okay? Alright. He's indiscreet. I am discreet, right? He's tactless. He says and does inappropriate things. He wants to look important. He wants people to think he's important. You could say he's putting on airs. He's putting on airs. Chikan is pervert. He's a pervert. We're going to call a board meeting. We're going to call a board meeting, and in fact, if I can get more than half the votes, then we can fire him. If I can get more than half the votes, then we can fire him. All right. Mr. T said that if he is power harassed, he'll sue. Sue is uttairu, right? I suggested you document his incompetency. Incompetency is the meishi, the noun of muno. Munosa? Muno, maybe muno. Keiyoshi dattara, he's incompetent. He's incompetent. He's incompetent. I gave him a stern warning. He told me not to warn him because he's got a lot of stress. He's stressed out and he suffers from depression, clinical depression, which he says is due to the power harassment that we are apparently, supposedly, doing to him. He claims he suffers from clinical depression, and he also says he's on medication. He says he's on medication. Grammar pattern on keiyoshi. On kusuri, right? He's on Thorazine. Even if you don't know what Thorazine is, if I say on, that means must be medicine or drug. Shohosen in English is a prescription drug. A prescription drug. These are prescription glasses. These are prescription glasses. I look pretty good that way, huh? Hi. These are prescription glasses. I wear prescription glasses. Some people wear prescription sunglasses. I knew he was lying because he always lies. That's a funny sentence. I knew he was lying because he always lies. Please remember that no is descriptive, not active. How did you find out about it? どうやってわかった? どうやって知ってた? In Japanese, you say 知る. But in English, how did you find out? Or how did you learn? I know is just 知ってる. I know. Okay. I met him is active. I found out is active. I learned about it is active. They met through the internet. They met through the internet. They planned to kidnap some random person. In this case, you could say some random person. Some is like kachiganai, feeling like some guy, I don't know. But in this case, they met through the internet and they planned to kidnap a random person or some random person. Last page. They had not planned to kill her. Mokutekigo is important, so this is wrong. This is a mistake. They had not planned to kill her. They had only wanted money. Only one of the criminals got death. Only one of the criminals got the death penalty. The other two got life. The other two got life in prison. I just feel sorry for the victim. I feel sorry for the victim is different from I sympathize with the victim. But both are okay. I think they should have gotten death. They deserve death. Mambiki in English is shoplift. The expression to throw the book at someone means to give them the maximum punishment. For example, if the punishment for shoplifting is pay a fine, bakin, or 3 months in jail, and the judge threw the book at him, that means the judge gave him the maximum punishment. I'm getting Maggie fixed tomorrow. Actually, Maggie's at the hospital right now, so I've come to Denny's, where I'm waiting for her. But I think I'm a little worried, but I think it's gonna be okay. Anyway, it's not so urgent. I think you made this sentence. It's not an emergency. It's not an emergency. It's not so urgent. I'm going to make a separate lesson about had been living, and was living. Okay, and I'll probably put that on Nico Doga Kokai maybe. Oh, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you either way. Okay, or maybe I'll put it on this channel because it's for you. But that's a good lesson to make. But I need a little more time for that one. All right. Anyway, brief lesson about this. Remember, have been living is zuto. I have been living. When you use had been living, you're telling a story. I had been living in New York City for 6 years when 9/11 happened. When the terrorist attack happened, I had been living in New York City for 6 years. For example, that's not true, but for example. I had been sleeping when the earthquake hit. So when you use had been nani, you're telling a story. It's a storytelling technique. Has been zuto, I have been zuto. I had been sonotoki zuto until something happened. And I was living in New York. I lived in New York means sundeta dake, right? In past tense. I was living in New York also. What's the difference? I was living in New York. That's also used in storytelling technique. Sonotoki wa I was living in New York at the time that something happened. So it's a storytelling technique. I'll make another video on that though. Let me think about that a little bit more. Anyway, those are your two videos. Two videos for April 16th because it's very long, so I separated this into two parts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. I don't know when, but alright, bye-bye.